Oh, blast. Right, so good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a little game called Soviet Space. We should talk about what Soviet Space is in a moment. First I want to talk about full screen. Right, so when the game started up it wasn't in full screen, so I didn't turn the recording on. Hoping I could go into the settings and make it full screen. I did, however, when it started up it had a little picture of the moon and some sort of inspirational quote that I didn't actually read, because I'm a professional. And I pay that much respect to what the developers have made. So unfortunately, I can't show you that. But never mind. None of that matters. What matters is that we have a game called Soviet Space, and I would like to do the campaign. Yes, how do we have a campaign in this? Right, you don't know what this is yet. I have a vague impression of what it is. Glorious day, comrade. We have found an alternative way to get to the moon. By driving very fast car into ramp, we can launch into space. Here we will show you how it is done. Use mouse or arrow keys to drive left and right. Right then. Indeed. You have been chosen to command the crew, and your vehicle is about to be sent into space. In the next 3 levels, you will be taught what you are supposed to do. Victory of the USSR in the space race is in your hands. Due to unforeseen budget cuts, we can't afford to make title cards like this for every level. Please read the level descriptions to get a full image of what is happening. Right then, how do I continue? By pressing enter. Right, level 1. Stay on the road. Okay, how do I make myself go faster? Can I press forward to go faster? I might be going faster. I'm pressing forward, but I don't know if it's doing any good. Right, giddy aunt. Star achieved. What for? I didn't do anything. Good, I have passed my first driving lesson. Excellent. Good. I've earned 700 rubles. I don't know the exchange rate, but if I had to guess, I would say that's probably the amount of money necessary to buy a stamp. So brilliant! Right then, should we play the next level? So this is a game where you have a car and you're trying to launch it into space by driving really fast. Alright? That's how it works. Okay, level 2, obstacle course. Remember, comrade, the road you will have to drive through is very long. We cannot get rid of all the obstacles on it, so you must avoid them. Oh, and also the roads are not always straight. Keep that in mind. Avoid colliding with stuff on the road. Oh, change things with the middle mouse button, you say. Alright then, well you don't, you say right mouse button. Alright then, so I can get a slightly better view of things. Alright then. So, there is, a plant. How rubbish is this Lada I'm driving if I can't even drive it into a plant without it getting broken? One doesn't know. Right, never mind. So there's a little sort of meter on the right hand side of which you cannot see all of, and for that I sincerely apologise. But there's like a little checkered flag at the top to tell me my destination. But the important thing is that little number meter which you can see, which is the important thing. Right then, I do find myself wondering why this space program, which presumably is where the vast sums of money are going, cannot invest to get, say, a bulldozer just to go through it first. You made it to the finish line. Huzzah! And you have all of the stars. That's odd. I don't really think stars are particularly associated with the USSR. Nor do I think that colour purple was, but that just goes to show what I know. Right then. No, that's a shame. But you do. Ah, that's cute. I mean, I wouldn't mind a little bit more action, but we shall see what we can get. I want to get a ramp is the thing. Now you know that you know what to do, we can start our first launch test. We are pretty sure it will be successful. Definitely. Because launching things into space isn't complicated. And that we will get to the moon before those dirty American capitalists. Drive the vehicle into the ramps. Simple enough, right? Grab fuel tanks to prevent running out of gas. And you can grab power-ups to use them by clicking left mouse button or space. How exciting. Alright then. So I don't think actually pressing forward is actually going to do any good. I'm going to keep doing it for the sake of something. But that's about all I know. Right then, I find myself questioning a couple of things. Firstly, who's been taking pot shots at the moon, and why is it covered in wounds? And secondly, what is this? I have a shield. Oh, for 10 seconds. So presumably, I can press space in order to activate my power up, so that I can stop that from happening. Which hasn't happened. Wonderful. Right then. So kitty. Oh, this is going spiffingly, and we haven't even gone over anything yet. What's this? A parachute. What good is a parachute? Parachute's gonna slow me down. Do I want the parachute for like afterwards? For afters? As dessert, as it were? If launching something into space was like eating dinner, I suppose. I assume that. Ow, my face. Look how you drive. Yeah, I'm trying. What did I die to? There was nothing there. I don't know what that means, but I imagine it's not very polite. Right, you drove off the road. Oh, I imagine it is necessary for me to stay, is that? Didn't realise. I still have many questions. Such as, why are there 3 people in this car? Right? Like, why is that necessary? Do we have to play a game of musical chairs when we've driven too far so that the co-pilot can have a go, as it were? Right then, so I need to stay on the road for the sake of my car not exploding, it seems. And also for the sake of, ow, there goes all the windscreen. And all the windows. Hang on a minute, I've just realised a massive design flaw in this car. We shall get to that in a minute. Let's try the shield, see what happens. Oh, that's cool, it's badass. Now I have my parachute. I still don't know how this is supposed to help, but I guess we'll give it a try next time we see one. Anyway, do you want to know what the massive design flaw I found in this car is? And I have to confess, I'm not an aerospace engineer. Okay. Like giddy yards. I'm not a big expert when it comes to these things, but I'll tell you something. Spaceships need to be airtight. And this one with no windows and no oh giddy on. And no nothing is oh goodness. It's alright. They're already dead. Oh dear. Who knew getting this place was so difficult? Should we have another go at it? Oh dear. Yeah, airships kind of need spaceships even kind of need to be airtight. To be honest, airships need to be airtight as well. But I don't know very much about Ladas. I'm not even 100% sure that this is a Lada, but it's the only Russian car brand I'm aware of, so we're rolling with it. Well, with the exception of the Russian-owned ones, of course, that started elsewhere. Just judging off other cars that are sort of similar to this one, or similar era to the... The stupid thing is, we go faster when we're upside down than we do when we're the right frickin' way up, which is curious. Yeah. What is my life becoming? What is my life becoming when I'm doing this with my afternoon? You really need to stay on the road. You really can't deviate from the road very much at all, which I suppose makes sense because that forces you to end up being a little too close to the various obstacles. I do find myself wondering, why is there fence in the middle of the road? Why is that a thing? Because fence by the side of the road makes sense. And fence that's nowhere near a road makes sense. But fence that's in the middle of the road just doesn't make sense at all. Unless it's like a railway crossing that they never got around to finishing. What happens if I use this? Goodness, this isn't how a parachute works. I've played Just Cause and I know. Kids yarn. oh goodness, we're going fast, we're going very fast, oh goodness, we're not very far away now. I've got to get that booster and activate it properly without bashing into anything like I did last time, like a big dunce. I did it again. I know, it's alright, mate. I mean, it's not, because you and about 25 of your brethren are dead, but, you know. One cannot cry about broken eggs when one is making an omelette, and as such, one cannot cry about broken heads when one is going to space. So as far as I'm concerned, we should shut up and get on with it. Right, I'd rather like to see at least one more level. The problem is I don't need the booster. I like the booster because it looks cool. I've never heard of a Lada with nitrous, but it sounds like a hell of a thing, and I'd rather like to see that. If that appeared in my YouTube recommendations, I would certainly give it a click. I just want it, and I keep seeing the fence and thinking that that is the booster, when it really isn't, but never mind. I'm curious about when I gain speed. Do I actually gain speed when I'm off the road? Yeah, I seem to, so it's not like going off-road is actually all that much slower. Let's go up again. Let's go up and fly through the sky. Why not? Up where the air is rarefied. Let's just get back on a frickin' road, shall we? Oh, giddy. I do wish it wouldn't go this fast at this point. I wish it would just stop at 100. Oh, I haven't even reached 180 yet. Goodness, I also don't know how fast we're going because I can't read kph. I could... Well, we got quite high up in the sky, you've got to admit. I did drive off the road and I went straight up into the stratosphere, if that's even part of the thing that's up there. But I'm doing a lot of pointing up today, which I think is appropriate given the subject matter of this afternoon. Right. Giddy yard. Give me a minute, I will actually get us over this ramp eventually, right? At least I'm in good company, right? At least I'm in good company with other organisations, shall we say, which attempt to go to space and constantly get things wrong, and as such have to start all over again. Shut up. You suffered a fatal collision. Despite the fact I was only going about 30 miles an hour, which implies that this car is not very safe. Right then. I shall get us into space, or at least get us over the frickin' ramp, and then we can see what we've got on the other side of the frickin' ramp. I do find myself questioning if we have shield technology, if we have deflector shields that could rival that of the Starship Enterprise, and we have whatever the hell this technology is, I don't even know what to call it, I do find myself questioning why we're having such difficulty getting into frickin' space. But never mind. I think we could just use some of our deflector shield technology and some of our special parachutes to catapult us into the next galaxy. Right, should we have another go at this? Right, I didn't get the booster, but never mind. I got into the air. They are going to die now, you do know that. Wow, they're going to die, but they are going to halfway bury themselves, which is sort of impressive. The speed was not enough, apparently. Oh, really? Only going as fast as you do on the motorway isn't much use. Oh. Alright. Right then. What comes next? It appears something has not went according to plan. We were pretty sure it would work. We must consult our scientists to figure out what went wrong. They are quite far away from here right now, so prepare for a long journey. So there are a number of levels where I'm just driving around, as opposed to fiddling the whole time. Just levels where I'm driving around instead of actually going over ramps. Right. So unfortunately, the attempt has failed. We must contact our finest Soviet scientist, just the one, to determine what has gone wrong. You will need to get to the city where the scientist is stationed at. Because we don't have a telephone, and we've lost our last homing picture, why not get a plane, or a taxi, or a train, or a bus, or a bicycle, or a unicycle, or ride on the back of a pig? To get to the city, you'll need to drive through a village. At least you'll enjoy some nice views. Oh, what could possibly go wrong? Oh, this is actually quite a nice quite a nice view. We're going to stick an RPG on this thing. Why am I sticking an RPG on this? Presumably to shoot 9 obstacles. Alright. Should we try blowing up this? Should we try blowing it up a little... Why did that use 2? Should we try blowing that up a little bit sooner rather than later next time due to the... due to me kind of not actually succeeding in anything when I attempted to do that. Right, this is quite beautiful in its own right. A booster, choose a booster. Let's go fast. Yeah, that works quite nicely actually. Huzzah! I didn't shoot nearly anything with the RPG, of which I sincerely apologise, but never mind. Oh dear, I am not thoroughly starry. I don't know what this says, but I imagine it says subpar. Right then. Yes, 'tis all right. I shall keep my eyes open. Right then, we may have ventured in the wrong direction. Oh, good. We can't get into space, and we don't even have a frickin' map. All we have is an unending supply of Ladas and loons that are willing to drive them. But never mind. Now we are stuck in a forest. It is also getting dark. Perhaps if we find a camping spot, we'll be able to wait for the night to pass, and then we can get back to our mission. Beware of boars and random campfires. Yes, beware of those boring individuals who wander around telling dull stories. Alright. Here there's a tree. Vehicle fuel added. Nice. Alright then. Where are these boars? I really hope that they are going to be adorable. I hear one. I see one. It doesn't seem to have much animation, but it does seem to be throwing up air of a dust cloud, which is interesting. I really want to bounce off the face of one with the shield going. Or we could blow one up with an RPG. That sounds quite exciting as well. Don't lose any crewmates. As of yet, I haven't done enough damage in order to, I'm pressing the button, but no RPGs are happening. No RPGs are happening. Oh goodness, there we are. The RPG was slightly defunct. Oh dear, this is going a bit fast. I didn't realise I could do enough damage to my vehicle that somebody would fall off, but not so much that I'd die. Vehicle condition, 100%. I'm really glad that you stopped looking after I finished the finish line. Right then, what can I do with my rubles? Can I actually spend them on something? Can I spend them in my profile, whatever that is? Right, achievements, statistics. Oh, can I buy these? I can. For a pack of cigarettes, they have decided to participate in the program. In the program. I can't even frickin' read this evening. For a simple conscripted private, feel free to use them as you wish, because we have quite a lot of them. Oh dear, that's dark. Students. These are the only people that doubt this whole program. They still need the money though, so it's alright then. Ah, right, so there's lots of different types of people you can have. Some drunks! Yes, was found lying half naked in the snow, heavily intoxicated, is willing to participate in the space program. He'd probably agree to anything at that point if you offered him a shirt. A ninja! One of their jobs was to assassinate corrupted high-class citizens, so they were pretty much like communists. If communism had worked. I mean, I think it worked on the assassination front, but I don't think it worked on many of the others. Right, oh goodness. Oh, that's dark. Right, a spacesuit. I mean, if you want to launch a bunch of people into space, you probably should give them one of these. You should probably give them a bunch of these, ideally where bunch is equal in both scenarios. Where else can we have? A highly skilled soldier belonging to special forces. Much better than a conscript. Does this actually impact the game? Or not? I don't know. Right, official. Government wants to make sure your program is legitimate. The best way to do this is to send officials themselves so that they can see and die. Australian. I ran out of ideas. Excellent. I don't recognise that word. That's not bourgeois, is it? Why should we execute the entirety of the bourgeois when we can use them in dangerous experiments like the ones we're performing? I'm actually going to go with that one and see whether I can put... Oh yes, I can see them in the little car. I can see the tops of their hats poking out, which is quite cute. Yes, I'm going to go with that because he seems to be the closest dressed to me. Right, I misread that as laundry at first. Right then, should we carry on? Should we see what we can have? Oh, rainy day! Excellent. It hasn't rained here yet. It's also not raining, it's snowing. I mean, it has rained here. I mean, it hasn't rained since I got back. I'm sorry, I'm used to my chauffeur doing this for me. I'm not entirely sure how you drive this contraption. I mean, that was quite... that was quite theatric, but it weren't much else. Alright. Should we have another go at this? Right, I need to grab up all pickable items, grab a fuel tank, and not get damaged. Oh dear. Well, yes, I agree, I don't want to get damaged, otherwise I might spill my tea. Oh dear. Okay. Maybe I should use the shield here. Because you lose your power up once you get the next one, so it's useful to use it before you get the next one. But they all last a little while, so you have to think and use your brain. You have to use that education that your parents paid hundreds of thousands or possibly millions of rubles. I have no idea how much private education costs here, or if private education even existed in the USSR. Alright, I've got my RPG now, which is lovely. Did that shout at me for running a red light? Well, it's alright, because I'm sure the hearse won't run a red light when it's carrying us to our prospective funerals. Thank you. I don't know if any of you are seeing this, but what I'm seeing... I'm going to try doing this with the mouse, actually, because the mouse is a lot smoother. Maybe I'll have more success with this. I'll do this much more gradually. I tell you what this little character that we're playing as really reminds me of, and that's the Fat Controller. Right. Now, if you're not familiar with... If you're not familiar with who and what the Fat Controller was, he was a bloke that looked a little bit like our character here, except he was somewhat more portly than our character here. And, yes, I'm just being reminded of him enormously every time I see their dead corpses flying out the roof of these vehicles, which is returning me to my childhood. Right then, never mind. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. You'd really think... I mean, do we not have any trains? Do we not have enough? No, we don't. We just have a lot of debris all over the place. Gideon, I really suck at this, and it really shouldn't be that difficult, but for some reason I really suck at this, despite the fact that we're only travelling 2 kilometres, which isn't that far. But alright, let me see if I can get us any further without any more, well... Maybe I should just shut up and play the game. Oh good, turn the shield on after I'm dead. That's good, to protect my corpse from the rats. Brilliant! Goodness. I don't want to blame the game. I don't. But I do feel like the hitbox definition might need a tiny bit of patching up hither and thither. Not that one. That one was entirely my fault. But sometimes I feel like I'm not actually driving into things. I'm just getting very close to them, but I'm still dying. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Excellent. Yes, they all seem to be agreeing, nodding very enthusiastically about this. Either that or they're just rocking themselves back and forwards and crying for their mothers. Given my performance, it's probably the latter. Right then. So, It seems like when you pass over that set of traffic lights, you can either go through the red or you can go through the green, and you're supposed to drive through the green, which is odd because I have a distinct memory of playing a different game called The Kite, which was also set in Russia, in which a traffic light was featured, and I discovered, I believe, during that video, that actually in Russia, red means go and green means stop. I could be entirely mistaken about that and thinking of somewhere else, and if so, I sincerely apologise for being stupid. But I think that's the reality of the situation, which implies that this has been anglicised. Yes, because they're now cross at me for driving under red, though I've nailed is why. Because yes, you should only go through the light which says you're allowed to go forward, but at the same time, you're not just supposed to careen onto the other side of the road and rewrite the highway code of your nation because you don't want to get a ticket. Right then. Alright then. How many more levels should we do? Let's do 1 or 2 more, otherwise it's going to be a wee bit too short. Oh, and the highway with these other roads. The cars, even, is what I meant to say. Watch out for incoming cars and grab speed boost. Indeed, in order to get the needed speed. After consulting our scientists, we have the answer to our problem. We needed to achieve a greater speed if we wish to launch the vehicle. The best way to do that is on our only highway. It is straight and long enough for us to achieve the needed speed, but it's also pretty crowded like the city. Why don't we do it at night? Or better yet, why don't we... Well, I guess you can't shut the motorway if it's the only one you've got. Alright. Let's have a go on the highway and see what goes wrong on our little autobahn. This road doesn't seem as congested as you made it out to be. But presumably it's been congested by all of the road repair crews who have come here to drop these things, but not got congested from them coming back to pick them up. Why does it say turn left and turn right in my little objectives? I mean, I've been doing some turning left and turning right, and oh my god, aren't we dead? Good, good, good. This thing could be slagging me off and I wouldn't know. Right then. One thing I do find curious is that this music doesn't sound particularly Russian. The music at the end, of course, when you die, sounds Russian. But this little bit of, you know what, I should probably keep my hands on the controls rather than repositioning my arse. But, yeah, this music doesn't seem very Russian. Judging off the small, very small, familiarity I have with Russian music. Right. There we are. I have gone through the correct light and I have not been shouted at this time. Right, okay, we have got a speed boost. We have t'other speed boost. Oh goodness. I'm going to miss my speed boosts now. That's alright. We shall survive, hopefully. Am I going fast enough? I don't know. I daren't take my eyes off the road long enough in order to actually see. I went through a red light. And then someone died and I don't quite know how. Ah! We all died. Oh dear. In my defense, he was going on the wrong side of the road. Right. Oh dear, I really suck at this. Also, I would be willing to bet quite a substantial sum of money, at least a couple of thousand rubles, that this Lada couldn't actually get up to 300 kilometers. But never mind. I find myself questioning why we decided to go to space on such a foggy afternoon. Could we not find a nice sunny one to do this on? Right. So speed boost. And then, oh god. Oh god. And notice it keeps saying star achieved when I die. Is it saying that because I'm actually turning left and right? Well, it didn't say it that time. Not that that should surprise anybody, because we didn't actually turn in a direction, we just kind of internally combusted. Right, you just have to kind of turn right sharp enough. There we are. This is definitely the time to do it. We should do it soon and get it out of the way. so that when you die you lose more progress. Yet more progress, I tells thee. Brilliant stuff. Give me strength. Give me strength. Right. There, see look, them people are driving on that side of the road. Now, I have to confess I don't know what side of the road they drive on in Russia, however I would assume that it's the right-hand side of the road, because someone's dead, because two people are dead, because we drive on the left-hand side of the road and very few nations drive on the same side as us. I'm just going to go up into the air, just because I don't feel safe. I'm going to miss all of the boosts, somehow fly over that man without crashing into him, miss that other parachute which would have been lovely to have, miss that crash which wouldn't have been lovely to have. I drove in a red light. You're right, I did. But here's the thing, I don't much care, because I'm dead and now I'm going to get driven over by the 9 AM commuters. So, you know, I've got bigger things on my plate than a ticket. Well, probably not, given that the USSR wasn't exactly famous for having loads of food everywhere. Right then. Oh, now I've got to do all the... Would ye calm down? Yeah. I love this, but man, do I suck at it. There we are. I don't particularly care about the stars, but you know. I've got to try and achieve something, haven't I? Because goodness knows I haven't been achieving anything else today. Okay then. Give me a minute. We ran out of fuel. How? I've gotten further than that without running out of fuel before. Giddy yarn, it's like zombie derby all over again. Right then, so I really need to get the fuel down. Alright, fair enough. Could have fueled me. I deserve to be put in a car and sent off to space after that joke. Oh. It was the fact that all three of the well-hatched gentlemen fell out of the car. That's what you were cross about, and that's what you failed me on. Not the fact that the car exploded, not the fact that we ran out of fuel, and not the fact that all the wheels fell off. No, that's fine. We can sort all of that out, don't you worry. But people falling out of the car, now that's a serious issue. I mean, it is a serious issue. There's no one to ride the bloody thing. But at the same time, you know, we've got other problems. Like the fact that I can't get through this to save my life. The thing is, right, the thing is, if it weren't for the fuel, I could do this. But I can't because the fuel is all in the middle of the road, and I have to keep... Because, like, the sides of the road are the safe place, right? The sides of the road are the safe bit. But I have to keep coming back into the middle of the road because that's where the pickups are for the sake of getting the fuel. Because you run out of fuel really quickly because we seem to have a leaky tank, which is excellent. Either that or people are stealing it, possibly the people in the back. Right, I'm actually not going to get the second booster. I'm going to leave that one behind because when I get the second booster, I just go too frickin' fast. Another problem is when you use the parachute, you go up and then you fly over all the fuel, which is a problem. See there, you just end up crashing into everything because you're trying to not crash into other things. So let's just go up. Let's just go up, go up, go up. Oh no, see, look at that! 3 bits of fucking fuel would have been lovely. Right, Kitty, I do wish the fog would let up. I needed that fuel and I didn't get it. There we are, that sorted that problem out at least, but we're almost definitely dead. And we weren't even going frickin' fast enough. Yeah. Man alive, I suck at this. Right. I give us a few more tries, but I can't make no promises. I'm beginning to wonder whether it's possible for a cretin who doesn't know the first thing about science to actually get to space in a tin can. Dear. I'm trying. I promise I'm trying my best. The problem is that to actually go fast enough to get over the ramp, you have to go so fast that there is no time to react to the things that are in front of you, because the fog comes in so quickly. I'm getting... And another problem is that the handling is dependent on the speed, right? Because moving the mouse a centimetre to the right when you're going 100 kph moves you X distance to the right. Moving the mouse a centimetre to the right when you're travelling at 200 kph moves your car Y distance to the right. And I hope I'm not troubling you with mathematics here when I say that X is less than Y, and that means I'm screwed. Oh dear. You have to kind of master this darting in and out. Like, you have to... But you have to drive like this, basically. You can't, like, drive in nice, smooth motions. You have to kind of, you know... Like a spooked horse, you have to fly about all over. You can fly about all over the show. I'm flying into things, I'm trying to fly to other things. Alright, we are going frickin' fast enough. I've just got to survive now. Which I'm not really doing. Need some frickin' fuel! I think I am actually going fast enough on most of my... Because I can't see the speedometer because I'm driving, obviously. I think I'm actually going fast enough. The problem is I'm crashing into loads of things at the end. That's what's killing me. And it impresses me that this joke game is actually proving to be this difficult, challenging, and requiring this much thought on my part. But, I mean, it's good, right? Because a joke is fine, but if you're going to make a joke that lasts like a couple of hours, as this game easily could, then you really need to make the joke actually be fun as well. And this game certainly is. It's just very frickin' difficult. It's literally a case of... It keeps you up. It's a bit like... Would you stop getting stuck in the air like some sort of alternative person and to be normal like the rest of us? We're all equal and all of that jazz. Probably pay attention to where I'm going. I'm going to that man's funeral, probably. What was I even talking about? I don't know, I've lost my train of thought. I don't bloody know what I was talking about. I can never remember. How about I shut up and try to actually get us through this? I swear, when you drive through a red light, someone just takes a pot shot at you and kills the rear windscreen, which is nice. Speaking of rear windscreen, I'd also emphasise that I can't see out of the rear windscreen via the rear view mirror due to that bloke sitting in the middle of the two seats, which is a pain in the neck. But never mind. It doesn't matter. What matters is that I still suck at this, no matter how many times I do it. See, I didn't crash into that one. I was nowhere near that one. I actually got higher than a frickin' ramp would have taken me that time. Right. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to throw in the towel at that point, because that level is honestly really difficult. The combination of the mega high speed you need and the really, really thick fog just makes that so difficult. Because there's a certain degree of randomization. Not everything is random, but there's a little degree of randomization with just some things being in different places. So it's not just a matter of memorizing a pattern to go through. You have to react very, very quickly and very precisely to the obstacles which appear, and I'm just not quite capable of doing it. Which is a shame. Right then. What's this? You can play the entire campaign in one go. Your rank will be based on levels you've been through, objects you've picked up, and your vehicle's condition. Alright, I guess we'll just have a look at this. You need to finish the entire campaign first. Well, I guess we won't look at that then. What are the things we got here? Decorations. I guess the decorations. These are cute. This decoration is part of a few campaign levels. Really don't use it unless you're a masochist. It blows up upon hit. Oh, let's definitely do that. What else can we have? A flag of a country which doesn't exist anymore. That's nice. Right then. These are two... Oh, these are flags of two... Oh, I was just saying, I've never seen that flag before in my life. I like that. That seems fitting. That reminds me of where I ought to be. Bicycles. You should use some kind of lunar rover if you drive around the moon. Fortunately, we've got you covered. It's a bicycle. Right. +4 to protection. What? Oh, so you can get like special things that actually get you like a special bonus? Sandbags. Getting into space and to the moon is a very dangerous task. Take this weapon with you. And some Christmas lights. Of course. And some dinner. Yes. Let's put dinner on here. Can I apply that? Yes, I can. What else can we have? We can have paint jobs, including some sort of whatever this is. I honestly don't know. Some graffiti, some flames, some carpet. Some people put carpet on their walls. Why would you not put carpet on your vehicle as well? I can think of many reasons. Own brand, indeed. Some little stripes. Oh, like tracksuits, of course. Duh. Stupid that I am. Right then, let's just have one little drive in the with the dinner, because I'm curious if the protection actually makes your car any stronger. Like, does it mean that your people are less likely to fly out of the vehicle, or that you take less damage or something? I don't know. It must actually apply some sort of benefit, right? Maybe that's what I need. Maybe the disadvantage is that I haven't been using the power-ups, as it were. I haven't been upgrading my Lada. I guess it makes sense that you would put dinner. If you wanted to upgrade a Lada, you'd use dinner. I suppose that makes sense. Right, I missed that, which is irritating, because that's vital to me getting through this. But never mind. Like, one of the few things which is randomized is which light is green and which light is red. My hiccups are also random and also very annoying, just like the lights. But never mind. And that's the thing, my eyes go up. So, gee, shut up. My eyes go up to look at the, what the hell is going on? I still haven't got a frickin' power up. This thing is driving me nuts. Oh, shut up, the lot of you. Oh, shut up, the lot of you. Oh. I can't talk and drive at the same time. And now it's gone again. Goodness sake, I swear I need someone to rewire my brain, because I just lose my train of thought so quickly and it drives me frickin' insane. Yes, my eyes look up to look at the lights, you see? So my eyes look up, even though it's only a few centimeters, to look at the lights and say, which one's green? Okay, the left one's green. Go left. But then there's a barrier there, which I haven't seen because I'm not looking down, I'm looking up. And then I crash into it, even though crashing into it is worse than going through the red light. But never mind. Giddy. At least I've got that this time. It does seem that it does actually add a degree of protection, this little tea party we've got going on here. Because it seems like when I take damage, I'm losing the tea set first. Sorry, the reality of... I will finish my thought about the T7 in a minute. Sorry, it's just the reality of the situation has hit me slightly. I'm driving a 3 members of the bourgeois are driving a Lada down the motorway in the middle of a terrible, terrible fog, and then we somehow died and crashed into something. Just would you stop it, you drama queens? We all managed to die despite the fact that we wouldn't even have a frickin' grip. But yes, I'm spending my Thursday evening doing this, which is a realization I hadn't quite figured out before, but never mind. I like this, I do. It's fun, it's cute, it's got a nice little story, all the little sound effects and visual designs, all very adorable. I just rather suck at the game. Now, it's also a game where I can't actually look at the camera very much because I need to be watching the frickin' road. But never mind. Let's go as fast as possible, because that's never proven to be a mistake in the past. So. What is breaking, other than everything and my brain and also my will and spirit? Other than all of those things, what exactly is breaking? Right. More speed. Brilliant. Just what we didn't frickin' need. Let's just go up. Let's just go up and freaking play. Let's go on the left-hand side this time, because I normally go on the right and I normally die. So, see what I mean? It's just too fast to react. And I can only imagine. Yeah, because the fact that the freaking carcass of the car was on fire didn't stop us going to space, did it? I can only imagine that each of these levels gets more difficult as you go on, and we're not even halfway through yet. We're not even 2/5 of the way through yet, for goodness sake. Which is impressive that there's so much here, but at the same time, it doesn't make me feel very confident about being able to actually get through this. I spot a snowman, and a cactus, and some bowling pins, which is interesting, and a concert, and some big tyres. That all sounds very exciting. Right then, never mind. That's more than enough of this. An hour. I've been doing this for an hour, and I still suck at it. Giddy yards. Is there any one last thing we can buy? What's the cheapest of the paint jobs? Far too expensive. Far too expensive. What else can you get? Armour. Oh. That's cool. Gas and fire. Oh, good. We haven't encountered them yet. What else is there? Hitting obstacles will push the car back by 10 meters and will stop it. Alright. Fireworks. There will be fireworks all around you. They don't do anything. They just look cute. Upgraded steering wheel. Steering the car left to right will be more stiff, and its speed won't be affected by that of the cars. Oh, hallelujah. If only I hadn't spent that on a frickin' T set instead. Charge. Similar to brakes, albeit it speeds you up. Ah, so by similar you mean the exact frickin' inverse. Brilliant. A fire extinguisher. Guess what it does? I'm going to guess gets used as a doorstop by somebody in a building. In like an apartment building. What else do we have? Reinforcements. Picking power-ups now grant you twice as much use from them. That's cute. Seat belts. We haven't even got frickin' seat belts. Goodness sake. I don't know when seat belts came into law in Russia, but I imagine it was probably after the frickin' space race. I feel like seat belts have to come before space races. Winter tyres. Save you from driving on slippery surfaces. 50% of not breaking off. That's cute. Ah, well, yes, I've literally been playing for an hour. That's nice. Infinite fuel. What? Investing 100,000 rubles will double your income from all of the modes. That's cool. I didn't realise this was the currency symbol for rubles. I did not realise that. I have learned things. Right, I've also learned that I rather suck at this game. But that really shouldn't surprise anybody, given what a terrible, terrible driver I am. But never mind. Oh, well, the music's gone. I didn't realise that. Now I feel a bit awkward. Right, never mind. It's fun. And it's cute. And it's free as well. So if you would like to get slightly further towards space than I did, you're more than welcome to have a go yourself. I'd quite like to know whether you actually do get to space in the end. I mean, this looks kind of dark. Maybe this is on the moon. I don't know. One doesn't know. One only knows that I rather enjoyed that, and I hope you did as well. So thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. What was meant to be a 5-minute silly midweek has turned into an hour-long standalone, but that's life, so never mind. Thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.